guys, JessIsAMess here. I'm Jess, my entire life is a mess, and today I am doing a Cat Noir DIY video. So in this video I'm going to show you how I made my Cat Noir mask, his nice little bell, and my Cat Noir ring that is made completely out of craft foam and a little bit of Crayola model magic. Are you ready for this? Everything is so cheap. I hope that you enjoy this video, and let's get into it. So in order to make Cat Noir's mask, I bought a mask from Hobby Lobby that looked very similar to the kind that he wears. I think that it looks really good. It was only $2.50, so make sure that you go down to a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's, Joann's craft store, whatever you have near you. Now to start off with Cat Noir's mask, we're going to use a black primer. I get this from Walmart. It's a really awesome primer. So this primer is basically going to act as our paint. It dries very matte and very smooth looking, so I think it's perfect for a Cat Noir mask. Next, we're going to take some green sheer Mod Podge, and then you're going to need something clear. I used this e.l.f. brush holder. Just make sure that you can see through it. It can be anything, just a sheet of clear plastic, and then you are going to pour the Mod Podge onto it and sort of let it drip off, and then let it dry overnight, and then it should look something like this. It'll look, you should be able to see through it. It should be a dark green, maybe not that dark, but it'll be green and you can see through it. And then we need to attach it to the back of the mask. That way it'll look like the eye sockets are green. So just super glue those on and you should be good. That's exactly what I did. And you should be able to completely see through it. It can get bubbles in it, so make sure that you get the parts with like the least amount of bubbles. And then you will take these equate sponges, circular sponges, just cut a little piece off, and then you're gonna glue it to the top of the mask. That way it's not too close to your face and it's a lot more comfortable to wear, and your eyelashes don't get like too squished by the mask. It's a really good thing to have, so I would suggest doing that. You can make it as thick as you want and put it on multiple parts of the mask if you want to. And that's it for the mask. So to start off making Cat Noir's bell, you're going to need to take a clear ornament. You can buy these for 99 cents on the Hobby Lobby website. I'm not sure if they have them all the time in store, but they do have them around Christmas time. Then you can either take that black primer that we used for the mask, but I didn't have that anymore, so I ended up using this acrylic black gesso, which is amazing stuff. I highly recommend it. So I just completely painted the bell black. And then once it's black, you're going to need to take a gold paint. I wouldn't suggest the one that I used. It was awful. I had to do like 5,000 coats. So just get like a gold spray paint. Then you're gonna need to take like a little measuring tape, measure from the middle to 1.5 inches outward on both sides of the bell, and that's as far as we're going to take the black part. Make sure that your line for the bell is going perpendicular from the little circle at the top of the ornament, because you're gonna need to put a string through it or an elastic thing, and you want it to hang the right way. So then once you have a sort of line at the bottom of the bell, I took some tape, and I originally took a Sharpie, but it was awful. Don't do this, it'll bleed through. So just take that primer that we used at the beginning, or the black gesso, and just paint the line across, and then we are going to make the circles that bells usually have on the sides. So I just took that same black gesso, I used it as paint, and it's just really thick and opaque, so that's why I like using it. And there you go, you have a bell. Just double check to make sure that the line that you made is perpendicular to the line of the hoop up at the top of the bell. We're about to take some elastic, and you're going to also need some Velcro. So just put the elastic through the bell, the ornament. Make sure that it is thin enough to fit through it. Then we're going to take a little bit of Velcro, both the soft side and the more crunchy side. Make sure that they stick well. Glue those on to the elastic and make sure that it fits around your neck well. And then that's it! Congratulations! You just made a Cat Noir bell out of a 99-cent plastic ornament. However, if you do have any plain ornaments left over around the house, feel free to just paint over those. You don't need to go buy a new one if you already have some. And there you go, and it Velcros on super easy, and yeah, I really like it. Literally just an ornament painted to be a bell. To start off making his ring, we're just going to take a strip of leftover craft foam from whatever project you have been working on, a really small strip, and then you're just going to measure it around your finger to make sure that it fits while you are wearing the gloves that you're going to be wearing for Cat Noir. That way you will know that they fit over the glove. And then you're just going to make a mark with a Sharpie and super glue it right to where that mark is so that, it fits, so that's your size. Then you're just going to need to paint it with some black paint or any of that, primer or gesso that we used earlier. And then we need to make this paw print. So I made this paw print with some Crayola Model Magic and a small detailer paintbrush. I just used the end of it, the little round part that you see here. And I just took, you know, a round piece of Crayola Model Magic and started pressing in some stuff. This is just an example. I didn't film myself actually doing the paw print, but once you have your paw print and you're happy with it, just paint it black. And then you're gonna need some neon green paint for the actual paw print. So the outside's gonna be black, but the actual paw print will be bright green, and it should look something like this when you are done painting it. Then you're just gonna need another piece of scrap craft foam and cut it into a little circle, just a tiny bit bigger than the circle that your Crayola Model Magic is, because Cat Noir's ring just sort of looks layered a bit. So you're gonna want to glue that on. I just used some tacky glue. You can use whatever glue you want. And then once the paw is glued to the circle of craft foam, you're gonna wanna glue that to that ring of craft foam. And that's the base of the ring. All we're gonna do is add some details. Then you're going to want to take another piece of scrap craft foam and cut 4 triangles into it, and then paint those tiny little triangles black. And then what I did was take some super glue and I put it on just a scrap piece of something so I could dip the little black triangles into the super glue and super glue them onto the ring. Make sure that they sort of make an X all the way around, you know what I mean? They sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but just do it like I'm doing it here. And there you go, you have a Cat Noir ring made out of purely just scrap craft foam and a little bit of Crayola Model Magic. One thing that I've noticed about this mask is that when it gets really hot, right now it is 81 degrees. That's what happens. It gets like really sweaty. So in order to fix that, you could just sort of take it off a little bit and go, which is what I've been doing. But also maybe you could like put some more padding on the mask so that it's not so close to your face and air can get up in there so it doesn't fog up as easily. Just, you know, throwing things out there in case that's helpful for you, because I am noticing some fog on my lens thingies. And I don't have any air conditioning in my home, so it's not like, oh, it's cool in here and this is still happening. No, I'm dying. I'm dying in this. So if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and maybe something else, Snapchat. Whenever I do a new cosplay, Snapchat is the first to know, so there you go. I'm gonna try to use Twitter and Instagram more often. I know I've been away for a while, sorry. Life is garbage. Every once in a while I do some cosplay DIYs. I will have a playlist down below of all the other ones that I have done. And if you would like to see more, be sure to subscribe because eventually I'll get around to it. That was like so accurate for my channel. It's not even, like, it is funny, but it's also kind of sad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, be sure to give it a like. And if you didn't, that's okay, we all have opinions. If you haven't watched Miraculous Ladybug and you're just watching me for me, thank you, I appreciate it, but also you should watch Miraculous Ladybug because it is phenomenal and I am so excited for the next season. That was somehow my excitement. It looked more like dying, but same thing, right? I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, but I hope that you guys can join me on the journey to finding out. See you next time. See you next time. I have to make some noise to make it cool, or else I feel super fucking weird. I need some theme music. Can you see my lips moving? That would be unfortunate and that would make all this footage unusable. I should be quiet.